Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my subscribers. The cards are popping already. Welcome back to my subscribers. To those of you who are not subscribed, welcome, welcome. My name is Jackie. This is going to be a reading titled, They Went No Contact. Is it permanent or is it temporary? And I should add, what's the story at the end of that? All right, so this is going to be a general reading, okay, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And guys, I do have to say this, please, please understand. Everybody's in a different space with tarot. Some of you are newer than others, so just be patient, those of you who are very versed in tarot. But the energy that comes through is general. So you have to take what resonates and throw out the rest. And especially because this is a relationship read, I really highly encourage you to check out your Venus sign or your Moon sign. Your Moon rules emotions, Venus is love. So sometimes some of the readings are going to resonate. This goes with any tarot reading. But you just need to understand that, obviously, because it's for the collective, right? So I do want to just put that out there just for you guys. So, because I do know a lot of people get very frustrated if it doesn't speak directly to them. And also you need to understand that when in relationship reads in particular, the energy can always be flipped vice versa, especially when you're dealing with an enmeshment kind of situation like a relationship. So if I say something regarding your partner, you're like, no, that's me or whatever, you have to apply the messages as you see fit, okay? Because I just want you guys to get the most out of the reading. Change in the wind. Oh my gosh, I think we got this for Aquarius. Some of you dealing with an Aquarius? You knew. Maybe you are. That's a good card to get for a no contact situation. I do dig that. All right, so let's get right into this. I did already meditate, so I'm going to spend too much time shuffling the cards to catch more energy. All right, so this first row is going to be your partner leading up to this no contact situation. This is going to be you leading up to the no contact situation, and this is going to be your partner now, okay? And this card I'm going to take and put right over here, and that's going to be the yes no card as to if you guys are going to be getting back together, okay? And now I'm going to pull 4 cards on the other side for advice on what you guys should do, need to do, what the best course of action is at this point. All right. And let's see what we have. Magician, I like it. Ooh, 6 of Wands, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like the advice. All right. Let's get right into this. So, change in the wind. This is your crowning energy. I need to practice holding the cards up to the camera. I'm not very good at it. So change in the wind. Yeah, this energy indicates a feeling like your plans are not firmly on the ground right now, which makes sense because you guys are not in communication. This indicates this energy is like a feeling of feeling in between things. So obviously your relationship is going through a period where you and your partner are out of sync with each other. So this is, I'm getting though that there was a time, this time was preceded by very stormy emotions and arguments. This energy does indicate someone having a change of heart and leaving, but I'm getting this ends up being a really good thing, guys, because it provides an opportunity of growth for both of you. Yeah. So this is going to give you guys an opportunity to kind of be like in each of your corners to understand what you each need individually and you want out of the relationship in order to truly be happy, and also to identify maybe what the relationship needed mutually, where you guys were not, having a healthy meeting of the minds. You know what I mean? So just know, though, that whatever's happening now, that good is on the other side of it. Because this energy does also indicate the benefits of temporarily removing yourself from any drama regarding this relationship. Because, soon the air is going to clear and everything's going to have a completely new face and feel new again. So whatever negative issues are going on right now, this energy indicates that it's going to pass. So more than anything, this indicates transformation as negative conditions in your relationship fall away, and you guys are going to be able to circle back, you know, in a more positive way that's going to better align with what you each want out of the relationship. You know, real restructuring time. You know, a good metaphor for this, I think, is the idea of a really wicked storm. You know, think about like when the wind blows everything up, but the wind actually serves to like clear the air and scatter seeds and nourish the ground and the soil around for better things. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I really like this energy as your crowning energy, Capricorn. I'm feeling very positive about this regarding your relationship. I'm going to tell you straight out of the gate before I even get into this, I am not getting a cheating vibe here. So if you were in a situation where there was cheating going on, like definitive cheating from either of you, this is not your reading. Okay? I'm sorry. I wasn't able to catch your energy this time because I'm not getting any cheating here. Just as a quick glance. But let's see what we get going in. So the first card, again, this is going to be what your partner was thinking leading up to the no contact. This is not what I was thinking. This is what I'm getting that your partner was feeling. So here we have the Six of Cups. And Capricorn, I do have to tell you the feeling I'm getting before all of this is that leading up to this, there was a time where you guys were in no contact another time. So I feel like there was a circling back to this previous situation. Like maybe you guys were in a little bit of a cycle, and maybe not a cycle, but where you guys did break up, or you were in a really bad space and you guys went through some sort of hard time and then you were trying to figure out how to move forward. Yeah, I'm getting that. As this is a Sun and Scorpio card, and the energy that I'm getting here is, yeah, okay, so the Sun is the sub-ruler of Scorpio, right? It's the Scorpio card. And what I like about this is this indicates the burning away of like negative stuff, negative shadows, and kind of like grief. And it's a time of remembering better times. So I'm feeling like you guys had gone through a period where things were either not good or you were broken up and your partner was really missing you, really just thinking about happier times. So I'm getting that for many of you, there was a situation here where there was a rough patch, but that you guys got back together. So I'm feeling like there was this attempt at a new approach to the relationship. Yeah. And I'm getting that your partner is just feeling very sensitive, very sentimental about you during that time, very emotionally attached to you. Capricorn, I have to tell you, I'm getting a lot of love here from your partner for you. A lot. Yeah. And this card does represent reconciliation too, after some sort of fight or separation, or it could even just be, you know, an insult, like harsh words, where you guys were just in a really bad place, but it indicates this coming back together, and having to work through something. So I'm getting that, okay? And then we have the Nine of Swords reverse energy, which indicates a really stressful situation happened where things grew out of control. And I'm getting that your partner had a really hard time controlling their temper or having any sense of reason about something. I'm getting a feeling of being let down. So this could be you or your partner, I'm getting, because it is a court card. That's the deal with the Knight cards and the Page cards. It really could be just as much, you know, you or someone else. Whereas the King and the Queen cards typically represent someone else coming into your life. But this could be either of you. But the energy here, though, is like, you know, somebody who, either one of you, okay, where they once believed you to be very reliable and steadfast, they no longer viewed you as that. Okay, I'm getting the energy of a very big personality here who has a lot of say. And when they get really upset, they do a lot of yelling, but there's very little substance in it. But yet they're really, really smart. and they could talk their way out of pretty much anything, and someone who denies their involvement in the way that they're being accused of. So yeah, again, this could be you or them, but I have to tell you, I am getting very much that it was your partner doing that. That's just what I'm feeling right now. But that they were denying something, and there was deflection, something back onto you, not taking responsibility for things that they said or circumstances that happened, but rather they were trying to flip the script on you, making things more about your issue than about them. So yeah, I'm just getting this big falling out happened. Yeah, but you know what? I again, I have to say, I'm not getting a cheating vibe here. I'm just getting, there are so many other things we can argue about, right? But I do want to say that. But I get that they were just really burying themselves in more practical things, practical parts of their lives. Because then we have the Seven of Pentacles energy, which is Saturn and Taurus, which is the planet of limitations and restrictions and discipline. So I'm getting that many of your partners buried themselves in either work or, meaning on the mundane level, right? It's pentacles, it could be money, or, but not for everybody. Some of you maybe have something having to do with their health, maybe a new workout routine, something to just throw themselves into. Or I am even getting that some of them threw themselves into some sort of self-reflection, like, therapy, something to do with their mental or emotional state. But I'm getting that once you guys had this argument or went no contact, they really started to reflect on their values, because the Seven of Pentacles energy is connected to the Hierophant and the Empress. And the Hierophant knows that our possessions reflect our values. And with the Hierophant and the Empress can add like a further step to that and indicate that we value things more when we wait for them. Okay, so what I'm getting here, relevant to your relationship, because you're like, what the hell does that have to do with our relationship? I'm getting the feeling from that your partner was in a space of reflection, honestly believing that this time apart was going to be genuinely positive for you guys, to bring each of you to a place where you were each going to be able to value each other more after having this space apart. But I do have to say, Capricorn, they're really attracted to you, because the Seven of Pentacles is associated with the seventh sphere of beauty, which corresponds to Venus, the planet of love and attraction. But I'm getting that your partner is just being very patient on this time out, because they believe that it's really necessary to help, I guess, like shine light on whatever obstacles you guys are struggling through right now. Okay, now going down to your line, I'm not surprised that we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed, which indicates communication problems. So, often these problems have to do with conflicts over money. But if that's not your story, this could be a health issue, or you not feeling emotionally supported by your partner during a time in your life where you feel like you really need their support. Like you're just feeling for some reason they don't have your back in the way that you wish they did. There's also a feeling here I'm getting that you felt like you couldn't comfortably express yourself or have your own voice with your partner. Yeah. And for many of you, I'm also getting that there were like demands of family, maybe your kids or your parents or siblings, that ended up getting in the way of the relationship. So that could have something to do with the fight. But for many of you, this can indicate being in a time where you're just focusing more on your work and other things, allowing those things to take precedence over your personal life. And, but that might be because you weren't very happy with how things were going in your relationship or in another aspect of your life, is what I'm getting. So then next we have the Ace of Cups reversed, which indicates for some of you, issues with fertility, maybe some of you who are in a partnership where you guys are struggling to conceive. But for many of you, I'm getting that this sense of delay, this sense of stagnation, that you were just like really getting very frustrated with, feeling like the relationship was not, I'm not even going to say taking off the ground, I'm not even going to say getting off the ground, but more like your partner wasn't committing in the way that you needed them to, what things just weren't moving forward in the ways that you guys had initially discussed. But I'm getting that you were in a place of feeling neglected and really tired from the emotional demands and the drama and the bullshit from the relationship. You just started feeling very disappointed and confused because the relationship wasn't going where you really thought it was going to go. I'm getting a very insecure and doubtful vibe here. Yeah, I do. You know where? Okay, I'm getting that some of you were going through a time where you weren't trusting your partner for one reason or another. You just started feeling very insecure and doubtful regarding them. But that happens when we have situations in relationship, right? But you just started to feel like your trust was being compromised there. You just started to not trust something about them. But this is not a permanent energy, thankfully. So I'm feeling like that's just normal stuff when people are in a bad space in their relationship. Obviously, it's the first thing you're going to go to, right? You're going to think, oh my gosh, I guess they don't want me anymore. They don't love me. They're not willing to put the work in. So I guess they don't value me as much, right? So I kind of think that energy is par for the course with that. But finally, we have the Four of Swords here, which is Jupiter in Libra, which shows me you in a space of catching up on some much needed rest. Could be physical, could be mental, could be both. But that, you're in a time of really analyzing and trying to figure out what the right thing to do in your relationship is. What's the right thing for you? What's the right thing, moving forward? I'm getting that you're really going to be able to figure this out, though, in your mind, because I love those of you who've been listening to me, you guys know I love Jupiter. We have this Jupiter influence. And like I say with this card, with the Four of Swords card, it's like Jupiter is a really cool uncle who comes in for a minute to slow down the Wheel of Fortune, just long enough for you to take a break from the usual nonsense going on in life, your usual worries and concerns, for you to be able to put things in perspective for yourself. So it's like a gift from Jupiter during a time of anxiety and turmoil. So I do like that energy because it's a little like pause button. This is associated with the fourth sphere of mercy. So with this Jupiter influence, it's like Jupiter is taking mercy on you right now, allowing you the ability to just recoup for a minute, just a little period of a time out. So, I'm thinking maybe your partner's right. I'm getting that this time out was a good thing for you, or is a good thing for you. You might not agree with me, but this is what I'm getting. Okay, so starting out, the line indicating what your partner is at right now is the Judgment card, which is Pluto. And Pluto is the planet of death and destruction, which sounds very ominous, but it's not when we're dealing with the Judgment energy. So this indicates that this ending that you guys just had, meaning the ending of wherever your relationship was at, is part of the cycle that's necessary for the resurrection and rebirth, for you guys to have a new and better chance, at your relationship. So this symbolizes forgiveness and belief in the power to change things, So I love this because it's going to bring you guys to a much healthier place, And I do want to say, okay, so I just feel very moved to say this. In ancient mythology, Pluto, was the god of the underworld, and he ruled Hades, where souls would travel after their physical death. And what does this have to do with your relationship? I'm getting this energy here that is telling your partner is very much in your energy field. And it's like they know that the way your relationship is done. It can't go back to that. I'm getting this very strongly that they recognize that while what you guys had, the bad parts need to be put to rest. But I'm getting that they're thinking about you every day, all day, trying to figure things out. So I do like that. And next we have the Knight of Cups reversed, which indicates your partner right now is just feeling very disappointed and confused in just even being in this place with you. Just not sure what to trust, doesn't know if they can trust, they don't know if they could trust you. If you're actually going to be reliable, is the relationship going to be reliable? And look, you know, this energy does indicate that energy of being more hooked on the chase than on anything else. So, and also I have to say, because it's a Knight card, this can be you or it can be your partner being more hooked on the chase of the romantic sexual ideal with no real apparent desire to go beyond the honeymoon phase, possibly looking for romance elsewhere. You know, this energy does indicate intimacy and commitment issues with like an inconsistent and unpredictable behavior with lots of deflection going on. So now again, this can be your partner or this can be you, or this can simply be how your partner is viewing you right now, and it's really putting them back on their heels. But either way, this is making them feel the need to stay away from any possible drama with you. So I am getting, more than anything, I'm getting that vulnerable and insecure headspace that people very often go into when this situation is going on in their relationship. You know, like when you're not in contact, of course you're going to start ruminating. Are they with someone else? Do they want someone else? Whatever. So I'm getting that kind of energy more than any energy being played out in real time. And then we have the Emperor reverse. So I know a lot of you guys know when you see this, the Emperor reverse is the narcissist, but I'm not getting that here. And I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, because of this angular energy here of the Six of Cups. Narcissists don't feel that. They don't get this energy because a narcissist can't love and miss on that level. They just don't. They can love up to a point, and then the rest is fake, and I'm not getting a fake energy here. So what I'm getting here is very excessive demands, a very masculine energy, very driven. Guys, nothing to do with gender. This could very much be a female. For those of you who are males watching, for your female partner, cross watchers, what have you, you know. Yeah, just a very driven masculine energy I'm getting here. You know, very controlling, very domineering vibe. Greed can be indicated here, and greed could cover a lot of things. Greed could be that, obviously it could be money, but it could also be having to do with time. It could, you know, it could be having to do with, you know, them not wanting to share you with family or friends, or, you know, it could be like a mindset like that kind of thing. Just not very healthy boundaries, which is why I mentioned the family and the friends thing. Yeah, so I'm getting that for some of you, if you are talking even minimally to them, this is just not going to go well right now, because I'm getting that your partner is using almost, for lack of a better term, almost like excessive force. I'm not talking about physical, but verbal, to get their way, just being very driven by their ego right now. You know, and nothing good comes out of anything when we work through our egos, guys, right? You guys know that. All right, so now let's look at the advice, because I like this a lot better. So first card we have is the Magician, which is Mercury, which I love, because Mercury is proof that our perception of the world can change, and it represents the power of the mind as being the most powerful thing. And I like this as your start out advice, because it indicates that you and your partner are realizing that you each just need to make the choice that you want to make this work. And you need, from a very practical standpoint, to sit down and figure out how you guys are going to approach moving forward. And the energy supports that. And the Magician himself channels transformational change. So this is going to be a time of you and your partner realizing that the outer world of cause and effect and your inner worlds of personal experience aren't so far apart. So in other words, you guys are going to be realizing that the way you are with each other externally in the relationship is deeply impacting how you each feel, not only about each other, but about even being in this relationship. But Mercury does rule messages and communications, and it represents logic and reasoning and communication in a healthy way. So, yeah, you know, Mercury is the rule of Gemini and Virgo. Gemini and Virgo. You know, and Gemini is associated with lovers, and Virgo is associated with the Hermit, which is deep introspection. So I love this. It's like you guys are looking at everything, all like the minutia and all the necessary stuff, you know, looking at your foundation. So I like that. And next up we have the Six of Wands, which is Jupiter. I do like this. It tells me that you and your partner are going to be in a place of giving each other mutual recognition and respect that you both require and deserve, you know, honestly, right? So this energy indicates overcoming fights and ignorance of any kind of phony behavior that was happening in the relationship, and just working through this energy. It's going to result in each of you feeling more optimistic and more confident about just being with each other. Yeah, the Six of Wands is associated with the sixth sphere of beauty and harmony, and it corresponds to the sun, which is enlightenment and recognition, which is exactly what you guys need right now as you work out your issues. So yeah, this also does indicate recognition that each of you need to have, that you are responsible to each other within this relationship. So there is this need of accountability that needs to be established. And then next we have the Six of Swords, which is great because this symbolizes going from one phase of your life to the next. You know, this is Mercury in Aquarius. So some of you may be quite literally taking a trip together, but it does indicate this transition, like I said, from as one phase to the next. And with Mercury in Aquarius, which is a futuristic sign, this indicates the ability for you and your partner to look ahead and feel good about where you guys are going. So because this energy allows for a broader perspective and long-term visions and goals, which is great. Yeah, and what I like about this energy is not afraid of death and rebirth, so that indicates to me a real willingness by both of you to put the work in. So we do like that. And then finally here we have the Ace of Swords, another card of communication, another air influence. This is a beautiful card for every part of your life with your partner. This indicates new beginnings and clear thinking and decisive actions, decisions, solid decisions being made. Definitely does indicate a little confrontation, but I think that's only natural given the circumstances. But this energy indicates manifestation into your life. That's immediate, okay? That's immediately going to change circumstances for the better. The only thing to be careful of, though, with this energy, I do have to say, is make sure you judge the situation fairly, and you be very direct with your partner with kindness and respect. No abrasive talk, no aggression. You guys are just going to need to watch how you speak to each other. But it does indicate getting over obstacles. Yeah, what a beautiful way to end, Capricorn. Yeah. So let's turn over the card. Oh my gosh, this better be a positive card. Yes, good. That's beautiful. Three of Wands. That is very beautiful. I like that. This is you guys tapping into your intuition and identifying possibilities for moving forward. So there you go. There we have it. You're in a space of change with your partner. Just be patient with it. Be patient with it. Capricorn, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys probably around next week for the last 2 weeks of May reads. Take care. Bye-bye.